Heyo, what is up, everybody? Coach Chad here, the CEO of the Next Level Coaching Academy, the creator of the Assistant Coach Academy, and the creator of the Fit CEO podcast by Chad Molyneux. Let's freaking go. I'm excited. As you guys can tell if you're watching on YouTube, I am back at my parents' house, and the lighting isn't the best here, but we're going to rock and roll with it. All right. So let's dive in. This will be a shorter podcast, but it's going to be extremely impactful because what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about sales mindset. All right. And the reason I want to talk about sales mindset, the reason I want to break down some beliefs around negative sales mindsets for you is because sales, in my opinion, is one of the most important skills to develop if you're going to be a successful online fitness coach, if you're going to be a successful entrepreneur, if you're going to be a successful business owner, then guess what you have to understand? And guess what you have to be skilled at? Sales, right? And if we can't overcome these negative beliefs that we have around sales, then it will be impossible to get good at sales. And that's one thing I see a lot with the students that we work with is they try to develop the skill of sales, but they haven't actually broken their beliefs around sales first. All right. So my aim in this podcast is to do exactly that. I want to break down the negative connotations, the negative beliefs around sales so that you guys can actually pursue the skill of sales and pursue sales in general with a more positive framework and mindset to operate out of. All right. So what are some of those negative beliefs that, maybe you are experiencing? Sales is stingy. Sales is gross. Sales is greedy, right? The reason somebody would get into sales is just to make money and just to focus on them and improve their lives, but doing it at the detriment of other people, right? That's typically the negative sales mindset, is that if I sell this person, I'm doing them a disservice because I'm taking their money and I'm only valuing and servicing myself, right? And this all comes from, the snake oil salesman, the person who sells the snake oil, right? Promising that the snake oil is going to do X, Y, Z, when we all know the snake oil ain't going to do shit, right? That's where it all comes from. And the basis of that is selling a shitty service to take your money. And the real quick solution and answer would be, ask yourself, are you selling snake oil? No, you're not. You're selling a service that actually transforms lives. But I think I have a different way to break this down for you. And I think this is going to resonate because I know this resonates a lot with our NLCA students that we have to work through this negative mindset stuff with. And quick little plug for NLCA. We just added a one-to-one mindset coach. She takes one-to-one calls with our students and she helps them break down their individual mindset barriers. And I know I started off the podcast by saying you can't possibly get better at sales unless you break down your negative mindsets around sales. Well, that's actually just true with everything. You can't lose weight unless you break down your beliefs around weight loss that are preventing you from lose weight. You can't have a good relationship unless you break down those beliefs first. You can't have a good business unless you break down those beliefs first, right? It's literally any skill that you want to acquire, anything that you have to get good at, you have to break down your beliefs first. And that's why we decided to bring on Lacey as our mindset coach and help our students break down those barriers first so that they can actually start seeing more success. All right, a lot of jabber, a lot of just talking nonsense. Let's get into what I actually think is going to be the value of today. All right, so this is the new framework that I want you to operate under. I want you to think sales as the transformation. It is actually impossible for a client to succeed with you without being sold first. All right, let's break that down a little bit further. And if you've ever been sold on something, maybe you can use your own journey on whatever you got sold on as the example here. All right. So prior to getting sold, I'm going to just use NLCA as an example. A student books a call with NLCA. They know they want to grow a business, but they're terrified for whatever reason, right? Maybe they don't think they're worth it. Maybe, they don't think they're good enough. They don't have enough experience. Maybe they think entrepreneurship isn't for them, whatever it may be, right? Fill in objection, fill in mindset barrier, because there's hundreds and hundreds of them, right? So they get on the call. they project all of these fears, all of these mindset barriers onto the salesperson, or, back in the day when I took all the sales calls, back onto me, right? And it is now the salesperson or the closer's job to help that individual overcome their mindset barriers so that they can do the right thing and join your program. All right. So here's how I want you to operate. Here's how I want you to think of that. First of all, ask yourself, do you think that your program and your service is one that's going to get people results and get people exceptional results? And the second question I would ask is, would you agree that your program is going to change somebody's life? The answer to both of those is you probably think yes, that your program is going to get people results, the right people results, and your program is also going to change people's lives, the right people's lives, right? The people that want to actually have their life changed. So if that's the case, and your prospects are coming onto the phone with all of these mental barriers, then it is actually your obligation and your duty to sell that individual, help them overcome their mindset barriers so that they can make the right choice and join your program that you just agreed is definitely going to change their life and is definitely going to get them results. All right. So I'm gonna bring this point home by saying this. The way that we teach sales to our students in NLCA is sales is actually the sales call. The actual sales call is literally just the beginning of the coaching process. Because like I said before, right, and you're going to have a mind blown moment here. Like I said before, nobody can get good at anything unless they overcome their negative beliefs first. And where are you going to learn about people's negative beliefs first around whatever it is they're trying to achieve? Weight loss, growing a business, improving the relationship, whatever. You're going to learn about it first on the sales call, because that's your first interaction with trying to get them to make a change that is going to positively impact their life. So they're going to project all their negative beliefs on you. So you have to get really good at sales. And you have to view this as an extension of the coaching process, because this is your first interaction and this is your first opportunity to help them overcome these negative mindset barriers. And if you fail to do so, meaning you fail to sell them into your program, you fail to coach them through their mindset barriers, then they aren't going to join your program, right? And if we all want people to join our program because we all agree that that's the right choice and right decision for them to make because it's going to change their life and get them results, then damn, we got to get really good at helping people overcome their objections, AKA we have to get good at sales. All right. So this is what we teach our NLCA students. We teach them, hey guys, this isn't a sales call, right? Because everybody views sales as taking something from somebody to benefit themselves when it's at the detriment of them, right? Which is not what we're doing. We're trying to get people into a program that's going to change their lives. So this isn't a sales call. This is actually just really the beginning of the coaching process. It's really just the beginning of you coaching them. And the first step in coaching somebody in order for them to achieve a result is you breaking through their mindset barriers. And maybe now isn't the right time is their mindset barrier. Maybe I need to talk to my spouse is their mindset barrier. Maybe I'm not sure if I can afford this because they have so much money problems in their head is actually their mindset barrier, right? So you have to look at this a little bit deeper. You have to look at this a little bit differently. It has nothing to do with sales and it has everything to do with coaching. And you have to view every objection that a prospect throws at you is literally just their own mindset barriers, right? You have to view it as that way. Correlation. This is too much money means this. It means I have a lot of mindset issues around money. I need you to coach me through my own mindset barriers so that I can actually do the right thing and join your program, right? Now is not the right time equates to I'm actually really just terrified. I'm not sure if I'll be able to follow through. I'm not sure if I'm good enough to get results. I'm not sure if losing 30 pounds is actually aligned with my identity. Insert you as coach on call, help them overcome that, join your program. All right. There's many different ways that I can say the same thing. I think I've said the same thing 5 different times, but how we teach sales to our students in NLCA and how we help them overcome all these negative beliefs and patterns around sales is the transformation doesn't happen unless you actually sell somebody into your program. You can post all the tips and advice you want on Instagram, and that will help people, but ultimately, where are they going to be helped the most? That's in your program being coached by you. And the only way that can happen is if you view the sales call as an extension of the coaching process. You help them overcome their mindset barriers and you sell them into your program. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope this was helpful for you guys. This has been an extremely helpful tip that we have provided for our NLCA students. So thought you guys would enjoy. Please let me know if it, wow, I'm stumbling on my words. I'm very tired, by the way. Every time, I don't know if y'all suffer from the same syndrome. But as I talked about in the beginning of the podcast, I flew back to Connecticut. It's literally just a 1 hour time difference from Texas to Connecticut. But it throws me off for, I would say, a solid 7 days. Like I don't adjust to a 1 hour time difference, even if I'm here for like 5 days. Like I won't adjust to it. And I get very, very, very tired. Anyways, going off on a tangent, time to conclude the podcast. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you did, please take a screenshot, post it on your Instagram. That lets me know that you actually are enjoying the podcast. You guys can always DM me. My Instagram is _FitCEO. You guys can always DM me with topics that you want covered, feedback on the podcast. I'm always trying to make this better for y'all so that I can provide more free value. So until then, I hope you guys have a rocking rest of your week, and we will chit chat soon.